Hello, it's Tom Donald from the London Contemporary School of Piano. Today I'm going to show you how to improvise on Chopin's Waltz in A minor. How to improvise on Chopin. And if you like our work at the London Contemporary School of Piano, you should head on over to our website, contemporaryschoolofpiano.com, where you can find out more about what it is we do and also get a copy of our free resources kit, which is a great supporting resource for our YouTube channel. So, back over to the Chopin. So, this A minor waltz is a beautiful piece of music, and you did hear me correctly. I'm going to teach you how not to play the piece, but how to improvise on it, how to jam on Chopin. And I can hear some of you saying, sacrilege, how dare you? We can't, this is classical music. We're not allowed to improvise on this. Let's have a little listen to this beautiful piece of music first before I address those points. So wonderful playing Chopin on this beautiful Blüthner piano, which is around about 120 years old, this piano, and it still sings beautifully. It's like a beautiful musical instrument that covers so many portals of our musical history, and it's such an honor to play on such a beautiful piano and to play beautiful music like Chopin. So, improvising on Chopin. Why are we going to do that? Well, we're going to improvise on Chopin for a number of reasons today. Not only to free your playing up and to help you understand music theory better, though there's some really good benefits of improvising on Chopin. Also to help you understand your appreciation for classical music. That's another good reason. Or to practice your scales. Another very good reason to improvise on Chopin. But also another reason is that Chopin himself was an incredible improviser, and he would sit at saloon bars quite often and just play his music very freely. We don't actually know how he played a lot of his pieces. A lot of his pieces he wrote down very quickly, and there were just musical sketches and ideas that were later published after his death. I often say, actually, and I do truly believe this, if Chopin were alive today, he'd be an amazing jazz pianist. And not only he'd be an amazing jazz pianist, if he were alive today, he wouldn't win the International Chopin Piano Competition, because the way he probably played his music is so different than the academic classical world has developed it and changed it to a being. And that's what happens over time and generations. The composer's original meaning often gets changed in modern times. And that's why I think it's good to connect with the musical material of some of these great classical composers and look at ways of exploring the music in a more holistic way. And that's exactly what we're going to do right now. So the first thing is we're going to look at the chords that Chopin is using in this wonderful waltz. And the chords that he's using are A minor, D minor, G7, C major. Beautiful chords. He's using some very nice inversions and voicings. A minor, lift the top two notes. D minor, G7, C major. Now, half of the challenge is coordinating our hands together when we do these improvisation tasks. So the first thing we want to do is play this waltz in the left hand. A minor, D minor. You notice my technique. I'm getting to the chord or the note before I play it. So I'm not panicking with my hands. I'm just getting there first, feeling the shape of where my hands are meant to be. And let's really focus on getting that Chopin waltz groove happening now. We don't want a square sounding waltzes like this. We want to have shape to it. 1, 2, 3. So in a waltz, we have 3 beats to the bar. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So they're the 3 beats of a bar that makes a waltz rhythm. But what we can also do is we can explore the different beats in the bar to just get a really lovely waltz-like feel. And if you've ever danced the waltz before, you'll notice when you dance the waltz, and I do it very badly, so I have no authority on this, but I do know that on the second beat of the bar, when you are dancing a waltz, that's the beat where you travel, where you move across the ballroom. It's usually on the second beat. So if you accent the first beat of the bar, it sounds a little stodgy, doesn't really work so well. But if you put a bit more of a push on the second beat of the bar, very subtly, and stretch that out, it's like you're allowing the dancers to move across the dance floor, and you get this beautiful sound. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2. That's why it's so important to take this more holistic approach to your classical playing, to understand the music and connect yourself with the music. So when Chopin wrote this beautiful melody, the question is, what scale is he using? And by the way, if you want to learn this piece note by note, we do have a tutorial on that on our YouTube channel, which has been done by the wonderful Siwan Rees. You should check out her tutorial on playing this piece, where she really breaks it down beautifully. So back to the mischievous improvising. Let's have a look at what scale that is. And generally the scale Chopin is using is an A minor scale, but it's not an A harmonic minor scale, which is this. It's what we call an A natural minor scale, where the seventh note is not sharpened, it's flattened, and you get, so it's basically all of the white keys. Shortcut, hey? And occasionally Chopin will add a couple of semitones, like the D sharp here. And maybe we can add a couple of G sharps as well if we want. See that D sharp? It could be a blues scale. I told you he would have made a good jazz pianist. So we have these notes available to us. Now, when we improvise, we want to just keep it very simple to start with. For many of you, it's going to just be very hard managing the left hand and right hand together. So a good basic start might just be playing the chords in this simple way in the left hand first. Try and keep the 3 beats per chord to maintain that waltz timing. Now I'm just going to make up an A minor melody in the right hand. I'm just keeping it very simple, just note by note, starting just with 2 notes and walking in a scale-like direction. Play along with me if you're sitting at your piano now. And by the way, when you watch our YouTube videos, you should be sitting at your keyboard. Trust me, you'll improve that way. You're not just, watching TV. You're actually engaging with the content that we have here. So it really makes a big difference. And by the way, you should be playing right now as I talk to you. Just play that scale. That A minor scale. I'm leaving you space to do so. And if you feel you need some musical material that is more tailored to your exact needs and your exact struggles on the piano, you should visit our website, contemporaryschoolofpiano.com, because we can provide you with a very specialized learning program that will really suit what it is you need. It doesn't matter whereabouts the world you are. That is the thing that our teachers are world-class for and world-renowned for, is building an individual learning plan that suits your learning style. It doesn't matter where you're up to with piano or how difficult it is. So back to the Chopin now. I'm now going to add the original left hand in the waltz and then improvise. It's a little harder. That's the next step. Enjoy the music, see what you can do at the piano, and have a lovely day. We'll speak to you soon.